Welcome back to another episode with Mystic
Mystic
Scales and
Scales
Fae
and
Tales
Fae Tales
Podcast.
Podcast.
I'm Jen,
And I'm Lee.
and we're back with another mini episode in our Ali Hazelwood mini series.
We keep it going.
I was gonna say, insert applause. Yay!
Yay.
If
And
you,
we're like in theme because we're kind of sidestepping to a different uh mini. It's kind of a mini alley. It's a holiday novella. Last time
yeah,
we talked about Under One Roof, which was part of
hmm
the Loath to Love You. But
but it was like set in the winterish time, so it
yeah,
fits.
yeah. But today we're talking about Cruel Winter with You, which is part of a different series that Allie did with a bunch of romance authors last year, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was an Amazon series and it was called Under the Mistletoe
hmm
collection. Um, so
Which we've
yeah, what?
learned the difference between Amazon and Audible or Spotify exclusives for just for you guys know. So, a little sidestep. I don't have Kindle Unlimited. Lee has Kindle Unlimited, but I have Audible. So whatever, we like talked about each other about each one, whatever. And with this one, I was like, oh, okay. It says it's an Amazon inclusive. Like, great, and it is. But you don't have to have Kindle Unlimited or Audible. It's Amazon for anyone that has Amazon Prime. So when it's
Time.
Amazon like exclusive, it just means like Amazon customers
Oh,
overall, Amazon customers overall get the story for free.
huh.
So that's why when I started reading it on my phone on my Kindle app, because I have the Kindle app, but I don't have a Kindle Unlimited membership,
Plan, yeah.
it still let me do it. And then it was like, do you want to also listen to this on Audible? And then I could go and I can listen. But it
Mm.
was weird when I went to first look it up on Audible. It was like pay $1 for it, and I was like, no, I just got on the
What?
Kindle app for free. But then once I open it on Kindle, it prompts me to go to
Too audible.
Audible, which I think it did that
Hmm.
for was Hot for Slayer an Amazon one? I think
Yes.
it did that with that one
Yes.
too. And then I realized the difference when it came to
Oh.
some other thing we were doing. Oh, I think it was one of the winter ones we were looking. It was some other book we were looking at
Oh,
that I went to
okay.
go on, and it was like, "Oh, it's on Kindle, it's on whatever. Is it going to be on the same?" And it's not. So Amazon original story is like anyone with
Oh,
Amazon can do it, but
got it.
you need Kindle Unlimited, obviously, for Kindle Unlimited stories, and then there's Audible exclusive stories, but they're not shared between the two, which sucks. I
Yeah.
wish they would do that. It doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's a contract thing, but yeah, like if let's say there's a book that like we're reading the winter books and they're snowed in, is it if
Yeah.
it's on Kindle Unlimited, it's not on Audible as an Audible exclusive.
Uh, yes, it's on Kindle. Yeah, because I think I tried to get it on your Audible because it like popped up, but it wants me to like have
Pay
a
for it.
yeah, like a new subscription or whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
So it
which
sucks
is
that they don't share the
annoying.
same. I think it's contracts things, honestly. But yeah, it does suck. And then, we learned that
Like
with Spotify too.
contracts with the author or
It was the
contracts with
publishers.
okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then there's
So,
probably royalties with the audiobook for the actors.
sure.
So I think it's just a
Yeah,
little
okay.
different.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. So how did you consume Cruel Winter with You? Did you read
Oh,
it or did you
I was gonna
listen?
do the audiobook because it prompted me after a while, but then I realized this is like 80 pages, so or like
Yeah.
that. So I ended
Yeah.
up just actually read it on my phone in one night. I was just like in bed, in darkness, phone in front of me, and I'm just like clicking, tapping, and reading the entire thing. And I'm like, wow, this is so emotional.
I
I think I
love
had like
that.
20 pages I read the next day, at work, and I finished it. But like, yeah, it was like that. That's how I got into it. That's how I read it real quick. And I'm assuming you read it
I
on Kindle when it came out.
I did, yeah. Um, this was like one of my first, I feel like one of my first like real like holiday reads last year.
Mm.
So please bear with me because I may not remember everything. And I can tell you right now, I did not remember their names at all. I just did a quick little like look on the back of the book, which you can read for us. But I could not have told you that they were Jamie and Mark. But they are.
It's okay. I kind of feel like Ali picks not memorable names. I feel like like some of them yes, but some of
Yeah.
them no. Like I'm just getting back into
Well,
Not in Love and I was like, what are their names again? Oh yeah.
mm, yeah.
It depends on
And
the book.
even like the last novellas, none of them have memorable names. They're very
No.
basic. They're very
Yeah.
basic white people names. Um,
But if you haven't been here before, I want to say we're I guess this round out the intro on top of this. We do an Ali Hazelwood mini episode series. So welcome if it's your first time. If not, welcome back. Essentially, we are reading and reviewing all of Ali's books that she's written, and like we said, obviously, we're reviewing the novellas as well. She does a lot of side quests as an author, so
she
she does a lot
does.
of these random novellas with people, Spotify, Amazon. So we are gonna read them. We have been recently reviewing her other novella, like Lee mentioned. So yeah, today we will be reviewing Cruel Winter with You. And here is the ad, bag of book ad, and spoilers ahead as we talk about this very short 80-page book where we're probably going to say everything that happens. So if you really want to,
Probably.
really, really, really want to read it, you should stop
S-
listening and come
Stop
back.
listening. Yep.
Cruel Winter with You. For two former childhood friends, a blustery winter storm stirs some frosty and scorching memories in a delightful short story by #1 New York Times bestselling author Ali Hazelwood. All newly minted pediatrician Jamie Malik wants is to borrow a roasting pan for Christmas dinner. Unfortunately, that requires her to interact with Mark, her best friend's troublemaking brother, who is now a tech billionaire. He's the one who got away. She's the one who broke his heart. Outside, a howling blizzard, inside, a crackling fire. Suddenly being snowbound with the man she never expected to see again might not be such a bad way to spend a winter's night.
So true. Um, okay, I just have to start by saying I got there, but I totally forgot that there was a storm and they were like trapped together. But as I was like thinking about it, I was like, wait, okay, this is the same story. Because what I mostly remembered was her and the brother, and like the thing that really stood out was the prom moment.
Yes. Okay.
Um,
Don't worry. I wrote everything
but
down. I wrote everything down for you, so I got it.
but we
um,
could start from the beginning. I just wanted to say, yeah, not that it wasn't memorable. It's just been
it's been a while.
a minute.
Yeah. Okay, so we
So,
meet Jamie. She is described. I wrote down immediately. She's described as blonde. I guess we don't get a lot of blonde girls. Um,
mm,
she is a pediatrician, like they said. She's work or she's. They said pediatrician in the description, but in the book they said that she's completing her residency still. Um, so
okay.
sure. She does not have a good relationship with her dad. He always has a new girlfriend every few years, and this caused her a lot of trauma because it made her
Mm,
believe she can only. Oh, wait. So it caused her a lot of trauma because she essentially, like, I growing up would get attached to these people because it wasn't like a new girlfriend like every day. It was like a new girlfriend like every two
mm,
years, every. So she would get like
mm.
attached to these people and then they would leave, and then she would kind of blame herself or think that's her fault that they didn't want to stick around
That
with her and
it's,
her
yeah.
dad. So she ended up doing this like coping mechanism that made her believe she can only control her actions, which is valid, which is the healthy part. But the non healthy part was that it caused her to then try to overachieve to get people's approval to hope that they would then stick around. So,
Mm,
so yeah, that's how she ended up. Because her mom left when she was born, so she ended up like twisting it in a way where yes, it's great to acknowledge that you can only control your own actions and not everyone's actions. Um, but then she was just like, okay, I need to overwork to make sure I get everyone's approval. So
okay. So trying to control what she can to make up for.
yeah, kind
I
of
don't
like a
know, feeling.
yeah, it's kind of like a back and forth with that, and that's why Mark very much you can tell he does not like her father, and he like makes that remark of it because she still like really tries to get her dad's approval and her dad to like her and things, even though he's a dick
Mm-hmm.
to her, basically. So I started with that because that's
Mm-hmm.
how we start the story because we see that in the middle of this extremely crazy storm in northern Illinois,
Okay.
her father sends her to her best friend's childhood house to get this roasting pan. And when
Yeah.
she shows up, her whole family's gone on a vacation except for the brother Mark because he has to stay and
Mm.
watch their elderly cat. And he's like, "What are you doing here?"
Not in love much.
Because they have like a whole cast we're gonna get into of what are you doing here. But the main thing is like, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah.
Like it's a storm. You should not even be
Mm-hmm.
outside. But her father doesn't
Mm-hmm.
care, and he cares more about his stuff than his daughter's
This
safety.
pan.
So yeah, that's kind of to set up the whole family trauma in that, and that's why she gets snowed
Sure.
in is because it's not just like all of a sudden the magic of Christmas led them in. It was like they were already like in the middle of the storm, and she just showed up,
Got
and
it.
he's just like, "What are
Got
you
it.
doing?" And it got worse, and the tree fell when she was there, like, and the power went out. Like
Oh, right.
things get
Because the
really
power goes
bad.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, where is her friend?
So Tabitha
And
is
are
her
they on
friend.
good terms?
Yeah, Tabitha's her
Okay.
friend, her
I
best
swear
friend.
I read this.
But so Tabitha's mom or dad, sorry, Tabitha's dad, their last name is Compton. It was best friends with um Jamie's dad growing up. So when the
Okay.
mom
Okay.
left, like their family stepped in to like help them, like him raise
Got it.
his daughter. And but then ends up she became best friends with Tabitha. I think they did like they are so close, but I think they went to different colleges. So she said like they did have like not like a strain, but like like things happen, life, whatever. I think she did
Yeah.
mention a line like that, but they're still like friends. And
Uh-huh.
but Tabitha doesn't live in the same state as her Mark, her brother, does, and that's obviously the chicka
Right,
chicka
Mark.
gabba. Okay, the trauma. So Tabitha and Jamie are the same age, and Mark is 2.5 years younger than them.
Younger. Right.
And we actually this story does a lot of flashbacks throughout, and we get their
Yes.
entire story in a
Yeah.
short
Which
story.
I'm, yeah, I'm finding that like her short stories are a lot of time jumping
Mm-hmm.
because that's really how she's, I guess, laying it all out for us. So I'm not surprised that this is that.
How did you feel
Um,
about that? That this one though, like, rather than the first one we read was Under One Roof, where it was time jumping within the period, but like different times. Where this one, it was
yeah.
very much like they mention something happened with them, right? And then they go,
Hmm.
okay, present day. And then they go, okay, here's the entire thing from birth all the way until right before that thing happens. They go back to present day, and then you find out the thing happened. Like, did you like that
Yeah.
story, or would you rather it been like interwoven more with present?
I think I would have liked it more interwoven, I guess.
Yeah, it's hard because they're young. It's not
Yeah.
like a whole life story of like from them to like 15 to like 50 years old, their whole love story
Right.
in 15
Right.
minutes. Like it literally is like highlights of them when they're like teenagers and children.
Yeah. And it's also like they're only together this one night. So like to have to put all of that into flashbacks within one night seems a little tricky.
That's true.
Um,
And in 80
but I
pages.
mean, right. You get the highlights though. Like I remember uh obviously like he's in love with her. Um, and there's this one, he's always there for her birthday. Is that right?
I think so. Yeah, that's the day that her birthday's the day that they had their fight where they didn't talk for all this
On
time.
Yeah, like on the beach or something, like he took her out to dinner and then he like confessed himself and she was like, "No, what are you doing?" And he
Yes.
was like, "Well, why do you think I've been here every
Yes.
year, every time?" Poor guy. Um, but also like kind of such an unrealistic, like the way he like lays it all out. And then she's like, no, I don't want that. And then he like gives her the space, but is still like very much pining after her
Yeah, I do agree
to
with
the
you. It is a little unrealistic. Like it's like kind of like the perfect man, quote unquote, because it's like literally like even, we'll talk about this when we get into like more the detailed outline, but like him saying to her when he first was telling how he feels was like, I'm actually not ready for you. I have to make sure that I'm worthy of you. But at like 19 years old, I
mm,
was like,
mm,
this is this isn't I don't know any 19-year-old that's thinking like this.
no.
So and then yeah, like you said, he comes back with her. I was like, this just feel like a movie. This is like a great movie.
Yeah.
Like I would be sat
I
watching it. Like they
mean,
should make this. Amazon should make this into a little like
it
Christmas
would be
holiday
cute
film. Yeah.
for sure.
But it would be
For
one of the ones that
sure.
you're rolling your eyes at because you're like, this isn't
Mm-hmm.
like I love it. I
Mm-hmm.
agree with it, but I am not seeing this occur with natural humans in the way they act.
No, no. But I think that's one of the reasons why we do like eat it up, and that's it can be 80 pages because we're just like, yeah, give
Hmm.
us that. Like you're saying, an hour and a half Netflix Hallmark movie, like just
Exactly.
on a page. I love it.
And those, you know that too. Like you
Um,
don't, you're like, oh my God, but you're like, oh my God. Like you do both. You like swoon over it and then you roll your eyes at
exactly.
it. So,
Right.
so yeah, we get the flashback where we start all the way, which just kind of threw me off. I don't know how at first I didn't know how I felt about this, where we see Mark as a baby. Literally, we start from the ground zero. Allie says we're starting from the beginning, and Jamie literally holds him as a baby when he's born. She's 2.5 years old because Tabitha did not want to go and hold him, so she held him, and she immediately felt like
Mm,
this bond of like I'm gonna protect him forever. And at first, I was like, this is a little weird. I was like, ew.
that
I
is.
was like, that's a little too intense.
Also, 2.5-year-olds should not be holding babies.
And
They
I was
are
like,
babies.
this is a core memory she really remembers at that age. I was like, I don't think I would remember that, but sure. Yeah, so
No.
like that was kind of funny to me, but I understood why Allie essentially was trying to set up like they've always had this connection from the start and even like when they were younger because then
Hmm.
we go into more like flashbacks and in Tabitha and Mark the siblings always get a tit for tats and things, but
Yeah, yeah.
Jamie is always like defensive of Mark and agrees with like she's very protective of him and she has this connection with him or whatever.
Hmm.
um
Hmm.
but then okay, they say this, which you probably don't remember this. There was an egg incident when they were 8, and the incident essentially was they had to, which I don't know why the school would allow these 8-year-olds to do this, but like take an egg home and like raise it, whatever. But like Mark
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
know,
okay.
and he saw the egg and he like made breakfast with it, and so like
So
then
he
she was
he killed her baby.
yeah, and then she was like she couldn't defend him after that, and like after that, then he started being mean to her and bratty to her, and like their whole
Mm,
vibe switched because
mm.
she didn't defend him. Which like true, he didn't know, like whatever. He saw an egg in the kitchen, like what are you gonna do? And then he goes to high school with them because I'm assuming they're. I think when he's a freshman, they're juniors. I think, or maybe seniors. It was
That sounds
confusing.
right.
I think it was yeah. So then
Yeah.
he got really really super
S-
popular. Like everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, Mark," but he's been in love with her his whole life, Jamie.
mhm, mhm.
Um,
I also just want to say it's Mark with a C. Like
yes.
that just changes things. I don't know.
And then we get to the iconic um prom moment interwoven throughout this,
Prom.
where Jamie goes to prom, senior prom, and
It's gotta
I
be
really
like the
wrote
80s,
prom
right?
quote. I don't know. I don't think they said
I
it.
feel like the way I feel like the way she was described made me feel like it was the 80s. Like the dress a little
Oh,
out there.
I thought this was
A little
no. I thought this was
present.
present day, and they're only like in their 20s
Oh, I mean,
or
I
like
just thought
30s.
it took place. Whatever. I
Oh
guess that's just where my
no,
brain
yeah,
went.
no. I think it's like when we went to prom. It's that time.
Oh, okay. Whatever. Um,
So prom, her and Tabitha decided they had boyfriends and they wanted to get a hotel room. But they get caught because they
Mm.
told the other parent they were at the other person's place, and did they forget their parents are best friends? I guess so. And she goes back. They go back to the house, and also Jamie's like a little high, and Tabitha is yelling at Mark because Mark is the one that told her parents like where to look. But he was just like, I didn't know they'd be there. He said like that's where all the seniors said they were gonna be, so I just assumed. And then he throws the photos
Mm-mm.
of Jamie he's had in his
Mm-mm.
drawer, he's taken of her, because he's in love with her. And then he takes a photo of her right there too as well, which I was like a little creepy, but it was cute, I guess.
Wait, so he has photos of her then? That's not in the future?
No, it's then.
Okay, so he's been in love with her. He had these photos of her. He takes a picture of her. What's weird is he saves that photo, and that's his phone's background for like 10 years.
Yes, that's the weird part. 100% agree. 100% agree.
Like, I get it. It's supposed to be cute and like endearing. But when I tell you, like, I think about this plot point a lot. Like, I read this a year ago, and like probably at least 10 times throughout the year, I've like thought back on like he had the photo of her from her prom dress when he was like such a jerk about it. But like that's what kept him going. I don't know, man.
Yeah. Oh, okay, I wrote it down. She is 27, he's 25 at the time of this story in present.
Okay. And
So,
he's like
yeah.
a billionaire.
Oh, yeah, we get that dropped on us. So he is super smart, dropped out of college because he started a tech business, and ended up becoming super rich and super famous. And they both
But
live in San Francisco together.
and doesn't she get mad at him about that too? Because he like was gonna sell his company or something, or he did sell his company and it impacted someone, but he was like, no, I did it for you. Am I making that
No.
up?
Yeah.
Isn't there something?
Okay,
What am I
well,
thinking of?
okay,
It's
well, maybe this is it. So, in another flashback, we get when they're 19, or he's she's 21 and he's 19. It's, I think,
okay.
Thanksgiving or it's Christmas, one of the holidays. And this is where he's debating whether or not he's going to drop out. And his family does not want him to. And she's the one that, after they all talk, she says, you should do it. And she's like, you should have planned, of course, and blah, blah, blah. And
Mm,
she wants to become his first investor. And he says no.
okay.
That's what he was like, keeps
No.
arguing with her no on. But it was because
Okay.
she said to do it is the reason that he was convinced to do it, because he listens to her the most, which must feel like a sweet
Mm.
moment. Um, but that's when he says to her, like, they have like a little porch moment. It's like cute and
I
whatever.
was gonna say, isn't it back porch? There's snow, I think.
Yeah,
It's
like
coming
one of
back to me.
those. But then he stops himself from trying anything with her because he's saying it's not the right time because he wants to deserve her and he wants to work toward the thing.
Oh, okay, yeah. And I feel like, does she have a boyfriend at that point? And he's
No,
like saying this?
I don't know if
No,
she did. I don't think so. But he
I feel like
essentially
she
like
did.
he was gonna go for it, but then he didn't because of that.
But he's 19.
He's 19.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
So he's like, the only explanation is like, is he a savant or something? Like, so he's just a little more mature here. Like,
What's a
he
savant?
has higher, like someone who's like incredibly smart and like really good at like one specific thing.
Oh, I mean, he is very smart. He
Like, you,
makes a company that's billions.
yeah, I feel like that's supposed to be his thing. And like, that makes him more, I don't know, in touch with his emotions, I guess.
Hmm.
We'll go with that.
I did write down one quote. I think this is from the present day. Even if, for me, being stuck with him is hell, with just a teeny bit of heaven blended in. Jamie.
Oh.
I liked that because she was saying, like, she's like, oh, I can't believe I'm stuck in here. It's definitely like hell. She's like, but there's a little bit of
Mm.
heaven in it too. Like, she's excited to do it. So
Is
cute.
that the tequila talking? Don't they
Yeah,
play like some kind of,
they
is it like truth or
do.
dare?
They do. And she gets really drunk because she doesn't want to say everything for them to finally just
Mm.
admit their feelings for each other. Um, Also, she has panic attacks, and he knows that. and she
Oh.
feels very crowded from or claustrophobic, and she's in like storms and stuff, and he like calms her down from a
Uh-huh.
panic attack, and it's really sweet.
Mm,
Um,
that's sweet.
but to wrap up my timeline of the story, just as a recap for everyone, um, basically back and forth a lot. We finally get the moment of why they stopped talking for a little bit, and it's because of the beach scene that you noted. It was on her birthday, and he admits that he loves her. Um, she and she didn't really know what to say. She felt, I don't remember the whole scene. I have to go back and like read it what she said, but like it was a lot of just like whatever back and forth. It was very, I wrote down that it was very much Conrad and Belly on the beach and all that stuff. Like it
Oh,
very much was
yes, you
that.
said this.
And then ends up we find out that they don't talk, but she had left him a voicemail like right after saying that she made a mistake, and she's like, we should try this, but he never
Uh-huh.
checked it because he's like, who does voicemail anymore? And that's why I
So
thought
he
it was like,
never
yeah, he never
never
saw it.
listened to it.
And then so he listened to it in there, and then they were like great, and they get it on, and they're like, we love each other, awesome. But that's why I thought that they were like this generation or whatever, because he's like, he
Yeah,
listens to
okay.
voicemails,
Yeah.
like who calls anyone
Yeah.
anymore. So I was like, oh,
Sure.
okay, okay. But he's very, very straightforward
Wow.
with her, and I wrote that down. Like I loved how straightforward he is with her. He's like, "This is what you feel. This
Mm-hmm.
is what I mean. This is what you mean." Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then they go and do the deed in his childhood bedroom in a twin bed,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're in love, and it's
Which,
great.
like, I kind of liked that scene because I remember they don't like fit together. Like, it doesn't go smoothly.
No,
And I think it was the first time I read anything that I was like, oh, like, this isn't like sexy, you know? This is not a good scene, but like, they're still happy. And I
yeah,
was like, this is different, but I guess realistic. I don't know.
it was
Um,
quirky and like cute. Like it is realistic in that way. Like
yeah,
it's not like perfect fireworks every time.
no, no. So interesting. Does he still have the photos in the room?
I don't remember. Maybe
I think he does. I think
I think
there's
he
still
keeps
a
the
box of
photos.
photos.
There's another box of
Yeah.
photos in a box of things we read in a different book. That's might be why too.
In what book?
In the Dun and Dusted series, the Blood Avalanche. Dusty has a box of letters.
Oh, dust. That's next week, folks.
Anyway, so what do you think of overall of Cruel Windsor with you?
I thought it was cute. I thought it was like just the little nugget that you needed. I think it would be perfect like if you were stuck in a snowstorm just to like read that and like just feel cozy. Um, I really want you to like break down the Belly and Conrad thing a little more.
Well, I wish I had more quotes from this one, but I think I did highlight it on my phone. But yeah, it felt very much like more of the I haven't gotten to that book yet in that series, but like in the TV show where he's just like telling her all of her feelings, and he's like, I know you feel this way too. Like, don't stop trying to
Mhm.
hide that you don't feel this way about me, essentially. And that's what this guy does in this book. Like he's like I say, he's very straightforward with her and saying like I know this is what we've always wanted. Like, don't try to act like it's not, you know?
It's funny because he also has like he's got like a Steven mentality, like being the smarty, start his own company kind of thing.
Steven.
Um,
Oh, from
Steven, Belly's brother.
I was like,
Like to go with the theme. Now I'm like, Allie, were you watching this when you were writing this? What do I need to know? Um, I want to remember what she told him. I think she just feels like she shouldn't be loved, which is heartbreaking. Um, and I feel like maybe he gets a little mad that she still thinks that way, but she probably doesn't mean to.
I was looking at some of my highlights I had. One of them is just him saying, I fucking adore you. Um, And then he said, "Do you think rich and handsome matters?" Oh, because she also thinks that she's not good enough for him because he's rich and handsome and all this stuff. So he says to her, "Do you think rich and handsome matters when I feel lost and alone all the fucking time, except when I'm with you?"
Damn. Okay, Mark.
Yeah, so I think it was a lot. I think it was everything that you were saying. Like it's very much like she doesn't believe that she also deserves people. Like she doesn't believe that people will stick around. Like that she's good enough
Mm.
for people to want to stick around and to love her. And that's why she's been in
Mm.
some relationships where she didn't even like she was in a relationship that she said she didn't even love the guy like that. Like it's very much she doesn't think that they're gonna stick around like when they get to know her. And
Mm-hmm.
he's just like, I do know you. I've known you your entire life. I
Yeah.
love you. Like you can't push me away anymore. And then also that she's like, well, you're so successful. You're, rich and handsome. And he's like, okay, what does that matter? Like it doesn't mean like she's like he deserves like a model or something. And he's like,
Mm-mm.
you are that to me. I think you're beautiful. I love you. And she's like, are you sure?
Let me ask you
So
again.
yeah.
No, I think that's
I
cute.
enjoyed that. I actually, yeah, I did too. Like she needed to like get off her high horse and just, it's okay.
Yeah.
Stop listening to your insecurities, girl, and listen to this man who's telling you how much he loves you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Which, like, I think that's why I wondered, like, if she and her friend were still, like, close, because she gives off, like, that she's very alone and, like, very in her head, which is sad. And it's like he needs to be the one who helps her out of that or, like, shows her,
Hmm.
I guess. Um,
I think you're right. I think they do mention that like they're not like they're still friends, but it doesn't seem like they're like it does
yeah.
seem like she has more alone, and she
Which,
doesn't live in the
yeah.
same state as her best friend. So
Which is also sad because, like, usually Ellie's like protagonists have like a pretty awesome best friend, you know? So
yeah,
this
maybe
was
if it was
just
a longer book, then they would.
maybe. I don't know. It's like, does it remind you of any of the other ones we've read? Or do you think it stands
Um,
well enough alone?
I think it stood well enough alone because like it's the same formula where every character has like their gimmick of like what's wrong with them, like that one thing. But I think that Mark's character, like him being so straightforward and honest with her and just like brutally honest in everything he says, I mean, it is reminding me a little bit of Eli and Not in Love as I'm reading it, but he seems a little different. And so like it does stand out a little bit, but I think if I probably compared them all, like they all start to mush, in a way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's funny because like the one it's reminding me of is Not in Love, which just seems like a
mm,
coincidence that that's where you are in the
in the
journey and
regular,
that's where we
yeah.
are.
Yeah,
But
I know. I
not a
started
bad
taking
thing.
notes to make sure I don't forget it. I have to make sure I don't blend them when we're talking about it either.
Yeah, that one that one's a little tricky with the like the science versus the like financial of it. I feel like
Right now, it just seems like they want to have like just want to have sex all the time rather than actually like being in love with each other. So it's kind of
well,
annoying me.
yeah, and like well because this one was the one she was like it's my like kinkiest one yet when she put it out and it's not.
I don't really care.
But it even so like it's not. Um but yeah, and then we'll get to it.
We'll get to it. But
Thoughts
that's
and
a wrap
feelings.
on a cruel. Yeah, that's a wrap. Here's a wrap on Cruel Winter with You. Obviously, if you listen to the whole thing, hopefully, you're gonna spoil it. So if you didn't read it, you should go read it. But thanks for sitting down with us and talking about this nice winter cozy read. More to come from the Ali Hazelwood series. As we've said, more novellas to review, more full length novels to review. So stay tuned for that, and make sure to check out our full length episodes that review other series and series we're reading with our book club, which you can join on the app Babel. Make sure to check us out on TikTok, Instagram, and now YouTube. We are
YouTube.
on YouTube. So make sure to check us out, see what we're reading, and comment along. And we hope that you have a great holiday winter season and happy reading.
Happy reading.